The goal of the Cutlery Cavern is to share information of the history of traditional pattern knives and also to review affordably priced knives available for both the collector and user alike. Without further ado, let's see what's up for today's episode. Today we'll be looking at the Larry the Cable Guy Collector's Edition Stockman. This was a SFO, or Special Factory Offering, available through Smoky Mountain Knife Works, or SMKW.
And get her done. Here's the first Larry the Cable knife I ever picked up. It was a typical steak knife. It's made in the USA. You see the Larry the Cable Guy there on the blade, and Get Her Done on the handle, and held on by two brass rivets. I think they're made by either Case or Old Hickory. They're about the same kind of quality that you'd see. Carbon steel blade, and you know they're not really bad for a kitchen knife, and that's really about what you're getting there. Is it a collector's item? Only that it says Larry the Cable on it, or Larry the Cable Guy on it, but yeah, it's not what you really want in your collection. So even though these knives have been around since 2013, I figured it's time for me to actually get out there and get a real collectible. And so I went and picked up the white smooth bone Get Her Done Stockman. It's a medium Stockman. And seeing how I didn't have a medium Stockman in my case line, I figured I should go ahead and get one. And that was one of the driving forces behind it. So this one, as you can see here, comes in right at 3 5/8 of an inch, and it's got your typical blades, your nice skinny Stockman, clip point, and it says right there on her, if we can get it to show, Larry the Cable Guy. I'll take and show some pictures at the end in a slideshow also. But it's a stainless steel blade, so it's your Case True Sharp. And there you go, Larry the Cable Guy. And then you got on the spade blade over here, if it'll show, Lord, I apologize. And anyone who's ever followed Larry the Cable Guy knows he says that quite a bit after making an inappropriate joke, often about starving children in Ethiopia. Lord, I apologize. And then, as always with Stockman, the other blade you get on it is the sheep foot. The fingerprint's all mine. Let me get that off of there. So there you go. Typical of Case's quality. The smooth bone just goes right into those nickel silver bolsters. The brass pins are even with it also. Same with the Case shield. And it's really nice and smooth. You got your brass liners on the back. There, you can feel a little bit of ridging in there, but there's no daylight in between it. And the back of the knife is as nice as the front, with really nice white smooth bone. And considering I collect a lot of white smooth bone, this knife just seemed like the best one for me to choose in the Larry the Cable Guy grouping. Don't know why it took me 5 years to get around to doing it. I'm glad they were still around. Got it through the Smoky Mountain Knife Works website. They're still there. So if you're still looking for Larry the Cable Guy knives, that's where you got to go and get her done.
Okay, a little bit about the slideshow. The knife comes on this card, so it's clam packaged. Here's a view of the whole knife. The Get Her Done is in there really good. It's obviously laser etching and then done in with some black ink. This appears to be like a pad stamp on the blades, so I'm not sure how well it will take to being used, but it is nice and clean on the new knife, and as I don't really plan on using it a lot, I expect the pad stamping should work pretty good. And it doesn't, there's no blade rub on the knife, so nothing is really going to interfere with it when you're opening and closing the blades. Like I said, the backside is also really excellent. Here's a view of the different marks, and notice it's stainless steel. So like I said, Case True Sharp stainless steel. What that means, I'm not exactly sure. I always assumed it is like a 420 high carbon or 440A. It's right around in that ballpark for their stainless steel. Some people don't like it. I'm more than happy with it. Another view of the overall knife with its 3 5/8 inches body. And we can see the edge of the knife here. Looks a little jagged, but it cuts paper just fine, and it's definitely typical of a case knife. It's very sharp right from the factory, so it's not simply an SFO to look at. You can actually use this knife if you want to. It's going to be just as sharp as any other case knife. And Lord, I apologize if I offended anybody with this video. Get her done. Here's ordering information if you're looking to order this knife off of Smoky Mountain Knife Works, which is about the only place you're going to find it. Goes for just that $40. As always, thank you, and get out there and get her done. Thanks for joining me again. If you like what you saw, please like and subscribe to my channel and share the video with your friends. As always, comments and corrections are always welcome, and insults are cheerfully ignored. Don't forget to ring that bell if you'd like to be notified of future videos. Come again soon.